Hi, my name is Missy Rogers, and I'm the CEO at the ARC Gateway. The ARC Gateway is a nonprofit organization serving children and adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities in both Escambia and Santa Rosa counties. We serve more than 1,200 people in the greater Pensacola area. I'm so excited to be able to share with you our wonderful agency today through this tour. Enjoy. This is our Pearl Nelson Child Development Center. This is where it really all started back in 1954. The ARC originally was just a one-room school that grew into children's services essentially. So Pearl Nelson provides occupational therapy, physical therapy, speech therapy, vision therapy, and early intervention services to children in the Pensacola area. In early intervention, we'll either have the child come here or we go into their home or school setting or daycare setting and work with them and the families to try to minimize any types of delays they may have been born with. Typically, those kids are going to be between birth and 3 years old. Most of the time, those kids are going to come here on site to this facility and work with one of our therapists. There's a couple of really cool things that we do here at Pearl Nelson. When a child comes in for therapy, at any regular therapy center, the kid goes back with the therapist and the parent waits in the waiting room. We do it a little bit differently. We bring the family member back into the therapy session with us because what we believe is that the child is not going to be able to learn everything they need in a 30-minute session. But if the parent also learns, then they can take those skills back to the house and reinforce it at the house. That's not typical of a regular therapy center, but it is here at Pearl Nelson. The other thing that we do here at Pearl Nelson is an integrated approach between our therapists. So if a child comes to us and is receiving multiple therapies, the therapist will discuss the child and all work together on the same skill. So for example, let's take a kid who is trying to learn how to eat properly. The physical therapist might work on proper posture and sitting at the table. The occupational therapist is going to work on those fine motor skills like using a spoon to get food to your mouth. And the speech therapist is going to work on the mouth and the proper formation of the mouth in order to eat and swallow. So they all work together. I know this seems like something that would just be a no-brainer, but it's actually not if you have 3 therapists from different centers. But our therapists work together as a team. Here at Pearl Nelson, we believe that a child's job is to play. So we work with them and teach them everything that they would need to do to be able to play at home, at school, at just a playground in the community. They learn through objects and through interactions with people. Here at Pearl Nelson, as you can see, we've got some pretty great objects. One unique program that Pearl Nelson offers is Taste Buds. We work with children who are problem feeders, which is not the same as picky eaters. These are children who may only have 2 to 6 items in their entire diet. And by that, I mean only strawberry yogurt, not blueberry yogurt, things of that nature. This program has been widely popular through the Pensacola area, and we constantly have a waiting list for it. Due to our unique programs and our unique approach at working with children in the community who need therapy and early intervention, the Pearl Nelson program is very successful. 1 in 3 infants and toddlers who received early intervention at Pearl Nelson did not later present with a disability or require special education. That statistic is above the national average. 63% of children who completed services and were discharged from Pearl Nelson either met all their goals and no longer showed a developmental delay or did not test within the parameters that indicated they needed to continue services or require special education. The ARC Gateway has 6 group homes in the Pensacola community, 3 men's and 3 women. These homes are located in neighborhoods just like yours and mine. We're good neighbors, good friends, and we live like a family inside. Each house is around 3,200 square feet with 6 bedrooms plus an office, and they have a beautiful open kitchen and living room. Each one of them is designed about the same, but some of them have a little something extra. Like this one, for example, has an exercise room because that's what these guys wanted. Another one has a screened-in porch because that's what those ladies wanted. Inside these homes, we eat together, we socialize together, we fight like brothers and sisters. That's what happens when you live in a house with 6 people, right? All of our group homes were built on grants from the Florida Housing Finance Corporation, which means we own all of our group homes outright. These homes are completely ADA accessible with non-skid flooring, low countertops, and even space underneath the oven and sink where you could put a wheelchair if someone had a mobility issue. Each resident has their own bedroom. As you can see, they're going to have a bed, they usually have a chair, a TV, a walk-in closet, everything they need inside their own private space. Each home has 3 bathrooms, so for 6 residents, you're only sharing a bathroom with one other person. And those bathrooms, they're ADA accessible as well. Each of them has either a roll-in shower or a bathtub that has a door on it. The ARC Gateway supports about 20 individuals to live in their own homes in the community. It could be an apartment or a house that they either rent or own, just like you and I would. A coach goes in on a semi-regular basis and assists them with activities such as going to the doctor, making sure their medications are ready to go, grocery shopping, household management, bill payment, things of that nature. This service, called supported living, enables them to live in the community. The ARC Gateway operates a fleet of about 52 vehicles. Each group home has their own vehicle. In addition, we have some of the larger buses and 12-passenger vans. We provide transportation to our adult clients to and from their home and work. This is door-to-door transportation. We travel about 250,000 miles each year. We spend about $12,000 a month in gas and another $6,000 to $7,000 in oil changes, tires, and general maintenance of our vehicles. Without this transportation, many of our clients would not be able to access their day programs. Here we are in Pollak Training Center. This is the large building on the corner of Fairfield and 10th that most people are more familiar with. Under the Pollak Training Center umbrella, we have 3 different programs. We have our secure document shred facility, we have what's called adult enrichment, and we have our L.I.F.E program. You're going to get a chance to see each of these programs today. They each operate slightly differently from each other. This is our adult enrichment program. In this program, we have adults who need a little more assistance with things like their daily living skills, education, and socialization so that they can be successful and as independent as possible. You'll see that they do a lot of training and activities, which is teaching them things like safety skills, personal hygiene, or appropriate behaviors. These guys are probably not ready right now to go to work, but I have a surprise for you because these guys are our ARC Gateway artists. So this is our ARC Gateway Art Studio. This is where all the magic happens. If you look around me, you're surrounded by paintings and by ceramics that are all created by our ARC Gateway artists. Now, a lot of the guys from Adult Enrichment work in here. They come here for a couple of hours a day throughout the week, whatever they feel comfortable with. We also grab some guys from some of our other programs if they're interested in creating artwork. The artwork that's created in this room is sold in the community in various manners. So you might find us at Jazz Fest or Great Gulf Coast Arts Festival or at our Crab Cake Cook-Off. You can also come right here to this building and purchase some of our artwork. When you purchase an item from us, whatever the sales price is, the individual who created that will make half of that money. The other half goes back to us for materials and for our art instructors, etc. So by purchasing a piece of art, you are creating a paycheck for the person, the artist, who created that piece. This is our L.I.F.E program. L.I.F.E stands for Learning is Fun Every Day. We created this program so that adults with disabilities could continue to learn the skills that they need to live and work in our community. What we try to teach them is all the skills that they would need: cooking, cleaning, job seeking, anything that would go along with that. It's a modular program, so the participants will go from different buildings throughout the day based on what their interests are. They also have a community inclusion component as well as an arts and craft component. So hopefully we'll get to see all of that today. This is the home living portion of L.I.F.E. In this building, which is set up kind of like an apartment, they're going to work on skills that are all around cooking, cleaning, learning how to make a bed, learning how to do laundry. It's all very hands-on skills training. So the employees that work with the participants in this program, they actually teach them real-life skills. Rather than telling you how to fold a towel, we're going to do it hands-on and show you how to do a towel until you master that skill. So let me tell you a fun example of what they might do in this program. So they're going to take a goal and then stretch it out through an entire week so that they can meet that goal. For example, today, I know you can't smell it, but I can smell the chocolate bread that they're making. So at the beginning of the week, what they probably did was figured out what recipe they wanted to follow to make this chocolate bread. Then they're going to come up with all of the ingredients necessary to do so. As a group, they might have gone down to the grocery store and worked off of their list to do comparison shopping and find all the proper ingredients. Then they bring it back and figure out exactly how to cook the chocolate bread. At the end, after the chocolate bread is made, not only do they get to eat it, but they also might figure out how to sell it. We down at admin, we get to buy a lot of different things and taste test a lot of good stuff that they make up here. But as you can see, this is how they take one thing, which is making chocolate bread, and learn all the skills throughout the process that they would need to do so in their own home in the community. So this is the L.I.F.E Computer Lab. So the same program participants, if they want, they can come into this program, this side of the building, to learn all of the skills that they need to maybe work in the community one day. So as you can see behind me, they've been doing some research about different jobs that might be available in the community. Then they get onto the computers that we have here, and they can do all sorts of things. We teach them how to write a resume, how to search for jobs that are available, and then how to learn those skills that they might need to do one of the jobs that they might be interested in their future. These guys may not be quite ready for employment right now, but they're learning all of the skills that they need to do so. Sometimes we forget that even something as simple as manipulating a mouse may not be something that they have been taught throughout their schooling. So when they come here post high school, whatever that means to them, they can then continue those skills training acquisition essentially and learn all of those skills that they need. The building we're in here used to be one of our old group homes, but now L.I.F.E is using it for their arts and crafts and their socialization components of the program. So behind me here you see some of the artists. They're working on a couple of arts and crafts pieces. I love the big feather wings on the wall. I mean, these are the types of things that they like to do here. It's all individualized. They have some great alcohol art cards that comes out of here. They do some great stuff in here. But it's just a fun way for them to spend a portion of their day and be with their friends. Welcome to the ARC Gateway Secure Document Shred Facility. In this department, adults with disabilities are put to work each day shredding material that we get from the community. We have some contracts in the community where we go and pick up paperwork, documentation that needs to be shred. People like Levin Papantonio contract with us and we bring all of their documents here to shred. We also have the capability to accept documents from the community. So you can go to our back door, ring the doorbell, and one of our fantastic employees will come meet you and take your materials in for shred. If you look behind me, people are seated here in this main area. What they're doing is sorting the material that they receive. So they put it in piles, they put it in bins, they remove the paper clips, they remove any type of extraneous material, and get down to just the paper. The guys right here behind me who are doing that type of work get paid per the pound. So the harder they work, the more material they sort, the more pay that they receive. Now we're going to go back and see the big machine that you can hear in the background. Our facility is certified through the National Association for Information Destruction, or NAID. So everybody that works here, regardless of your disability, has to go through a background screening to make sure that you can be around the materials that are coming into our facility. Back here behind me, you can hear our big shred machine. So the guys back here get paid by the hour. They take the material that has just been sorted into big bins and they put it into the machine to be shred, where it ends up on the outside of our building in a massive recycling container. This entire facility and all the work being done in here was made possible by a grant that we received more than a decade ago from the Pensacola Bay Impact 100. With their just over $100,000 grant, we were able to purchase the massive machines and everything that we needed to get the program set up and running. We're so grateful to them for funding it, and as you can see, we have sustained this program for more than a decade. One other day program that the ARC Gateway operates is in South Santa Rosa. You'll find us directly across 98 from the Gulf Breeze Zoo. In this location, we serve people that live in the Gulf Breeze and Navarre areas for day programming activities. They do a lot of skills training, which involves arts and crafts, socialization, hygiene, community inclusion, and some of the other things that you might have seen in our other programs as well. We opened this program when the community reached out to us and asked us to do so. As an agency, we're constantly looking to see what the needs of our constituents in the community are so that we can work towards meeting their goals. Here we are at our Pollak Industries location. Pollak Industries, or PI as we call it, is where we do the bulk of our manufacturing contracts. We have contracts with entities in the community such as Pensacola Bay Brewery, Orin International, National Standard Parts Association. And then we also create other things for ourselves that we then sell to the public. For example, we create paper plant sleeves and sell them to the big boxes. We create concrete parking bumpers and air conditioner pads. And we also recycle Mardi Gras beads here. You'll also get a chance to see our survey stake area. So check it out. We do a lot of good work here. We put about 75 people with disabilities to work every day. For almost 40 years, the ARC Gateway has had a contract with Armstrong World Industries. Here in this warehouse, which you're going to see in just a second, we take ceiling tiles that Armstrong World Industries produces and cut them down into usually 4x4 inch sample tiles. Then we ship those sample tiles all over the world. We've gone as far as China at times. If you've been into a home improvement store in the past 4 decades and seen one of those tiles in that store, we did that. We cut that down and shipped it to that store. Let's go check it out. Okay, so let me show you the process. Right here behind me is where we cut the actual tiles. You'll see a saw and one of our guys that we put to work here every day cutting down the samples. So once it's cut down into a square, the sample moves over here to the label table. You'll see them doing a quality assurance check on the actual square and then attaching the label to it. After the label is attached, then it moves over here to the heating shrink wrap machine. Let's go watch them. So they take the sample tile and they run it through, shrink wrapping it into some paper. Here you'll see where another quality assurance check is done on the final product. The final product is then packed into a box for shipping. Here at Armstrong, we employ about a dozen people with disabilities. They all make minimum wage or higher, and this is their meaningful day activity. This is what they wake up every morning and come here to do. They earn a paycheck. They're valued citizens in our community. The ARC Gateway Community-Based Employment operates several enclaves in the community. The people that participate in these enclaves are very interested in one day securing jobs in the community, but they still need a little bit of attention and more supervision at this time. Two of our CBE programs are operated at the Florida Welcome Station on Interstate 10. If you've ever stopped in, you will see that the workers are all wearing green uniforms. Any worker out there in a green uniform is an employee of the ARC Gateway. They manage all of the janitorial and all of the landscape maintenance in that location, plus 2 weigh-in-motion stations on Interstate 10 and 1 weigh-in-motion station on Highway 90. Maintaining these facilities is not an easy task. There are multiple entities between the Department of Transportation, Respect of Florida, and DBI who can come in and monitor and evaluate us at any time, but we do a great job. Between all of the rest areas across the state, the Panhandle consistently ranks in the highest scores. And in the Panhandle, Escambia County is one of the highest. That means you're visiting the cleanest, most well-maintained facility in all of Florida. The ARC Gateway's Program for Adult Learning and Support, also known as PALS, is a post-secondary program that gives students with disabilities the opportunity to learn new skills, explore careers, and prepare for employment. Students attend classes daily and receive skills training in a career field which may be of interest to them. They also participate in a variety of on-the-job training experiences, which hopefully will lead to employment opportunities. This program is funded through a special appropriation from the Florida Legislature. The ARC Gateway's Employment Services Department supports people in a variety of settings in the community so that they can work. The jobs that these individuals have in the community are minimum wage or higher, and you might see them out there every day. It could be your cashier at Publix. It could be the person cleaning the lobby at McDonald's. It could be somebody at Sacred Heart who's delivering mail. A variety of options. We're funded in employment services through both the Agency for Persons with Disabilities, but also vocational rehabilitation. Through Voc Rehab, we can serve people with a variety of disabilities, not just intellectual disabilities. We have coaches who go out into the community and assist individuals in going through the entire job-seeking process, from resume, interviewing, job skills training, and then all the way through the employment phase. The coach will come in and learn the job just as the job seeker would, and then help to maintain that job moving forward. As we're going through our job seeking activities, please remember that we're always looking for employers in the community who are willing to hire some of our individuals. If you or someone you know owns or operates a business that might be willing to look into an opportunity at hiring one of our job seekers, please reach out to us. We also offer on-the-job training activities where for a time period between 3 and 6 weeks, a job seeker can come work in your company, learn the skills, and then transfer those skills into a job in the community. Please let us know if you're interested in either one of these opportunities. This is our senior adult program. In this program, we serve people who are 55 years or older and who are done with whatever work means to them. They're ready to move on to retirement, but yet they still need the skills and training, the socialization, etc., in order to keep them in the community. Here in this program, they do a lot of arts and crafts. They do a lot of community inclusion when it's safe to do so. They spend time with each other, and they enjoy the time that they have with each other. Have you ever been to the West Florida Hospital? In the main atrium of the hospital, there's a gift shop. Guess what? The ARC Gateway runs that gift shop. We have a variety of merchandise and sundries in that gift shop. I've even done my Christmas shopping there at times. Next time you're in the hospital, please go check us out. This is just one more way that you can support the ARC Gateway and our services. Another of ARC Gateway's enterprises is called the Gateway Cafe. We opened the Gateway Cafe in the Studer Community Institute building in downtown Pensacola so that we can continue to raise additional funds for the agency in a unique way. At this cafe, you will enjoy wonderful gourmet coffees, breakfasts, and lunch options. We like to supply local product. What makes the Gateway Cafe possible is the generosity of Quint and Rishi Studer. The cafe also serves as an on-the-job training site for some of our job seekers. The next time you're down there, be sure to say hello and introduce yourself. They'd love to meet you. Thank you for spending a few minutes with us today, taking a tour of our agency and learning more about the programs and services that the ARC Gateway provides. We're so grateful for your time today and your attention to what we're doing. We are a membership organization, and for a very small fee, you can join and become a member of the ARC Gateway. The support of our community is what enables us to continue the work that we do towards meeting our mission to provide the best possible life experiences for children and adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities.